Okay, yes. We're bored. We're all bored now. But has it ever occurred to you, Wally, that the process that creates this boredom that we see in the world now may very well be a self-perpetuating, unconscious form of brainwashing created by a world totalitarian government based on money, and that all of this is much more dangerous than one thinks, and it's not just a question of individual survival, Wally, but that somebody who's bored is asleep, and somebody who's asleep will not say no?
I don't know about anywhere else, but I reckon right here in the Delta, a man spends about 70% of his time just waiting. Waiting on somebody, waiting on something.
I believed in God back in 8th grade.
If you're running corporations and you're making billions of dollars, you're gonna get bored. What's the ultimate game? What do you think is behind it? Especially the push towards children, affirming children. Do you think it's because there's people that are queer or LGBT, whatever? Their God is this ideology that they think that you have to subscribe to. And that's why it's spooky. Like, Jesus, if you're thinking about coming back right now, now's a good time. Because people, human beings seem to have a very strong desire for some sort of order and form and some sort of pattern that they can follow that seems to be the right way to go. And they can be led by cults, they can be led by groups of people, they can be led by, you know, intolerant governments and evil armies and corrupt politicians. They can be led. So the government comes in and says, I'm going to make it easier for you. But I'm going to need certain requirements of you. I'm going to need you to have a digital ID. That digital ID will be attached to a social credit score. And we're going to give you universal basic income. What you're giving up is your data, which is extremely valuable. So they're giving you something. You can now use Google, but now they have all your data. And they're just a big net that mines data. And because of that, they become one of the most powerful entities that's ever existed on Earth. How is this trans thing becoming a major point of debate with children where it never has in history? In your life and my life, there was never all this talk about trans children. Like this, it seems insane that we've forgotten the kids don't know what the is going on yet. And unfortunately, a lot of very intelligent people, they dismiss all of the positive aspects of religion because they think that the stories are mere superstitious fairy tales that, you know, they have no place in this modern world, and, you know, we're inherently good and your ethics are based on your old moral compass and we all have one, and that's not necessarily true.
And waiting on Joe. Waiting on Joe.
If a demon tricked human beings into wearing a hat that turned you into a zombie, that demon would be like a famous character in books and folklore.
There is the Christianity part, and Jesus wants to come back and save everything.
It'd be good right around now.
Or we're just wasting our lives waiting on Joe.
No, you bring up the real stuff, the real Bible, what the Bible really says, and start talking it, you find out who the haters are.
Thanks a lot for searching that out. I appreciate that. Fisherman in the box. Fisherman in a box.
It's a spiritual battle. A warfare between good and evil.